Hello everyone, today we'll be going over how to deploy Active Directory domains on other servers with Windows Server 2016. We'll deploy domain controllers using Server Manager, as well as deploy remote domain controllers using PowerShell. This is sort of a great way to start a series where I'll be going over some pretty neat features of Active Directory, starting with deployment, then looking at enhancements to accounts, and then taking full advantage of the Active Directory management tool. We'll even go over how to use Windows PowerShell history viewer. In addition, we'll also learn how to use a replication tool, group manage service accounts, and to prepare a domain controller for cloning. So in this lab, here's the breakdown of what I have on the servers. So we have the first server, which is called DC. It's a server with an existing domain controller. I've assigned it the IP address 10.0.0.15. Then we have server 2, which is essentially the same thing, except it doesn't have an Active Directory yet. I've assigned it with the IP 10.0.0.1 and another server called server 2 with the IP 10.0.0.2, and it as well does not have any sort of Active Directory on it. I've disabled all the firewalls on each server to make sure that this setup goes a lot faster and smoother. So let's begin. The first thing we will do is start by opening up Server Manager, then we're going to click Add Another Server to Manage. In the name, we'll just click the Find Now, and we'll just add Server 1 and 2. Okay, so great. So now we'll go to the All Servers tab here on the Server Manager, and we'll select Server 1, then we'll add roles and features to this server. What we're going to do is we're adding the Active Directory role, so we'll just add it and then clicking next until you reach the end of the install. I fast forwarded the video a bit because these kind of parts are usually boring. So once that's done, we're going to want to go into our task details. And if you see, we're just going to extend the tabs, and it says server 1 and to promote this server as a domain controller, and which will do just that. On the deployment configuration page, we'll click change and we'll type in the following: administrator for the user, and my password I've put for this server is password01. Now if we take a look here, it's also asking us for additional credentials. We're just going to enter the same thing, so password01, and we're going to confirm that password again with password01. After this is done, we'll just keep clicking next until we get to the review page. And once we see the review page, we're going to want to copy the script, and we're going to use it later on in our series. So we'll copy this script and save it to the desktop as install-dc.txt. So just click install and let it go. And I'm just going to fast forward here because it's a little bit boring. So once our installation is finished, we're just going to want to go to the tools and select Active Directory Sites and Services. Next, we'll navigate just to the default site names, where we can see that server 1 is included as well as our DC server here. So we can confirm that it is set up correctly. Alright, so the next step is we're going to deploy a third domain controller, this time using PowerShell. I have my PowerShell open right here already to speed up everything, so let's begin. So I'm not too sure if everyone here is familiar with PowerShell, but essentially it's a great tool that Microsoft has created to sort of overwrite the command prompt, the normal one. It's sort of similar to Linux in terms of how much strong it is. A lot of features here are pretty cool. However, I'm going to just quickly go over the sort of command that we'll be using. So essentially we're going to be doing Install-WindowsFeature, which pretty much is self-explanatory, and then we give it the name AD-Domain-Services-ComputerName Server 2. If you're really interested in looking these up, you can go to the Microsoft site because they're too much detailed to explain exactly what each command does, but just by looking at it, it should really be self-explanatory. Once this is installed, we're going to invoke the command and just give it pretty much the details of what we want our Active Directory to be. So I've put the commandlets inside the description box in case you're interested, and pretty much it essentially just programs or tells the Active Directory what we want in it. So as you can see now, it's asking us for the credentials, and we're just going to put in password 01 again and password 01. It also asked me for the domain name here, and it looks like I just made a little tad of a mistake. So our domain name is wosun.com, so let's just put that in, and perfect, we're good to go. So as you can see here, we'll go back to our Active Directory sites and services, we'll refresh the server, and we can see that all of our servers are here right now. So we can confirm that they're all active and working, and that's essentially what we've been wanting to do for today. So that's all for today, and thank you for tuning in. Next time we'll explore the enhancements in Active Directory, setting up sort of like password configurations and everything. So once again, thanks for watching everyone, and take care. Bye.